Hey.
Hi, Hannah.
Y'all.
Pretty good.
Doing okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we can just get right into the questions because, like, I know it's pre-release day. So, if you had to describe who or like what Greer is to somebody that's never listened to you, how would you do that?
How would we describe Greer?
Like our music or like us as like a band?
Whatever the question means to you.
Yeah.
Love. No.
Fine. God. Love is just always a good answer.
Love.
Love.
That is like the most bullshit. I didn't even think about what you said.
Like, what's our genre? What's our sound?
Cottage
Alternative,
rock.
indie.
We're not cottage rock.
I'd say alternative indie.
Yeah,
right?
we're like, you know,
like alternative indie rock.
an upcoming alternative indie band.
We have this alternative like indie sound going for us right now.
And we're just a couple of normal groms.
Don't say that.
We're just a couple of normal guys.
No.
We just make the music we like making.
Yeah.
What was the overall vision for Lullaby for you?
The vision for the EP was like really discovering our sound and taking these songs that we had written like a year and a half ago, putting them in a studio setting and seeing where like they wanted to go. We had no idea like what we were until like we got in the studio and started recording them. So I think the goal about it was we could not only get out like these songs that we heard so much to, like for Airplane, that was the first song we wrote. Ever since we wrote it, we just wanted to like put it in like a really like refined setting, like to do it justice, you know? And
I think that was kind of like, the goal was like finding our sound and also just these songs that we had and had only like played live.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to get them refined and get them like
as perfect
as possible.
Yeah.
So,
but also like establishing ourselves as songwriters. Like we really wanted to establish ourselves as songwriters, apart from like the 2 singles we'd released beforehand.
A more mature release.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you feel like the process of playing the songs live like really helped that out?
It made us tighter, and we had ideas along the way of like trying new stuff on the songs.
Yeah,
because we were playing shows every night. So I think touring with the set that we had, which was all the songs on EP, was great, honestly.
Yeah,
because it kind of just helped us get really tight on them and just get them to like the point where we were like, okay, like this is like we know what we want to do, and then getting in the studio, we were able to do that even more.
So how was the recording process for this EP?
Such a great time in my life that I will like never ever forget.
It was a lot of focus, you know, and it was very like stress-free, like a stress-free environment for sure. Rob made it really easy to like work with him and collaborate on ideas.
And we connected so well.
Yeah. And we just like went by this whole philosophy that we were letting the songs kind of figure themselves out instead of like pushing for something, and it really worked out for us.
We talked about like the songwriting and like the like live performance aspect of the EP, but what about like the visual side? Who made the album cover?
Yoriyuki.
Yoriyuki.
He's a South Korean artist? Japanese
artist. Yeah, we really like them. We found Yoriyuki. Seth found Yoriyuki. Right?
Yeah, by like complete accident.
Yeah,
on, like, Instagram.
But we just really fucked with his art, and that was during the recording process, which was kind of cool. We were getting a feel of like what these songs were gonna sound like recorded and like fully developed and polished. So it was a good time to kind of be like, okay, what do we want the visuals to look like? And when we saw Yoriyuki, we just like
fell in love.
Yeah, we fell in love, and then asked our label to reach out. I didn't think we would get in touch with them, but we did, and then it was like they sent us that, and we thought it was perfect.
What about the Bye Bye Baby music video? Because I saw Logan Rice directed that. How was that? And like coming up with like the whole storyline.
I mean, it was kind of a brainchild between us and like one of our managers, Shane.
And also Logan.
Logan.
Like,
yeah, Logan added so much.
There's like a lot of his video, and then we would kind of just fill in little gaps here and there.
We wanted to have fun recording a music video. We didn't have a big time frame, you know, of trying to do a music video, so we just kind of came up with it. And it was a lot of fun to record with Lydia Knight too. She was there. She was great.
It is a good friend.
Who we also toured with. She's awesome. Yeah.
Now that like everything's done, what would you say? Like everyone can answer this. What's your favorite song off of the EP, or favorite like lyric, if you don't have a favorite song?
I don't know. Favorite song? I'm at a little point of creative dissatisfaction with my work that I put in, but that's a little natural. The most refreshing song on there for me is Stay Clear, just because it was the last song that we wrote before we went into the sessions with Rob.
Yeah.
So I think it's the freshest in my mind and the most reflective of where we were a couple months rather than a year before going into the studio.
And it's more reflective of like our future of what our sound is going to be more.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like the
Potentially.
songs that we're kind of. It's closest to the songs we've been working on for sure.
What's yours?
I was gonna say "Stay Clear" as well. I think that song is pretty solid in my opinion, and also really like understand. But "Stay Clear" has got to be my favorite for sure.
I would say Aeroplane. It's just like our first song we ever wrote, and it has strings in it, and like it will just, I don't know, it will just always have like a really sacred place in my heart of like, I'm so glad that we did this, you know. And even if I look back and I don't think it's the best, like I still would be so proud of that song no matter what, because it just it really felt like the finished vision of what like I originally wanted, and that is like such a satisfactory feeling. So yeah.
As of right now, listening to these songs, because we've had them for a few months on our phones before releasing it, obviously, and you know, you get sick of them sometimes. And we also toured on them, so like we played them a million times. But Stay Clear we didn't tour with, so like Corbin said, it's kind of the freshest in my mind. But I'm really happy with how Aeroplane turned out as well, just because, I mean, even though I'm like, as of right now, sick of that song and I don't want to play it, genuinely like thinking about it, you know, it was the first song we ever wrote, and we knew that we should hold off on it and put out Song for Me and Bittersweet out first, because we knew that, you know, big things could be in store for that song. And so I don't know, I guess Stay Clear. Three out of four, Stay Clear. As of right now, Stay Clear. I'm really excited for people to hear that
I'm
song.
really excited for people to hear
Yeah, I'm like, you guys are hyping it up, so I'm excited to hear it. What would you say has been like your quarantine theme song?
Look into my Apple Music.
Oh, I know my. Oh, I don't want to say that. That's a secret song.
Oh, I know what mine is.
I know what mine is, but
I
I forget
100%
the
know what mine
fucking name
No,
of
I do
it.
too. It's a Riley Kiley song.
Mine's a Luna's.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, huh.
Let me look up through my Spotify really.
I know
quick.
mine.
Oh, my phone is right here. Duh.
Mine is Hi Hi by Luna, which is very like not like our music at all, and but I've kind of found K-pop to be interesting throughout this quarantine and that whole industry and genre, but Luna really cracked the code with that one for me, and it's probably my most listened to song of quarantine, honestly. It's just fun, and it like makes me like feel like I'm almost having a stroke or like a heart attack, but I'm not, you know. So you're
Damn,
so you're
okay.
getting like the thrill of it, but no consequence, you know, of like a stroke with that song, because it's just so high BPM.
What the fuck is?
Yeah, Jesus, dude.
Like I don't even. I'm so detached from this
Yeah, right.
conversation.
Jesus Christ.
But that's probably my theme, please.
I would say mine is "Lovely
Boy.
City" by Callum Bowen. It's a soundtrack for like an old video game, and it's like
I said that one time.
it's just I don't know
That
why
gives
I've
you
been
those
listening
feelings.
to it,
That
you
gives you
know,
those
and
feelings.
I drive around in my car and it just gets me so hyped, and it's just the upbeat like techno song that I've been listening to. But yeah, I would say that's my theme song, I suppose. What about you guys?
This is gonna be kind of funny, but "One Life" by the Pillows. I've been listening to over and over again. It's the soundtrack to this really short anime that I always watch, and I came back to it recently, and it's been like getting me through some shit.
My song
Go on.
Go.
for my theme song is a theme song.
Oh, mine's Monster Mash. So go.
My Monster theme song has I've been listening to a lot of classical music, so I'm just gonna everyone laugh at me.
No, what is it? Which song?
I'm gonna do a really horrible pronunciation, so please laugh at me. Pavane por un infante de the title is really long. It's
Do
basically
you want to type like spell it out?
it's basically a piano piece, and it's really pretty, and I like it and it's by Ravel, and it's really pretty. It was I did the arrangements, but someone one guy actually did all the strings by himself. Stevie. His name was Steve. He was really cool. He was
really
really
nice.
He just came in one day, got the arrangements, and then like came back 2 days later.
And
It was
he's like,
cool.
I added this part. Do you think it's cool? Or like,
Yeah.
He beasted. He's awesome.
He was awesome. Unsung hero.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is a question I ask every artist I ever interview. So it's, you spend all this time kind of working at music, whether it's like practicing your instrument or, you know, like researching an artist that you really love and you want to know everything about. But what would you say is that point where you felt that music started working for you, or that you felt like the actual power that music has?
I would say from day one. I would say like other way around. Like it started for me as like a therapy. Like I feel so sad. I want to be able to like express this some way, that like through sound, through sound I can like make something physical that is how I feel. And as I started to get into it, started to get like more technical, where I was like working at music rather than it was like working for me. But yeah, that for me it was like other way around kind of. But yeah.
Almost kind of what Lucas said. Like it's almost the other way around for me, because like the technical stuff definitely came after for me, you know, because I have been singing like my whole life, and then I kind of started to get more into the technical stuff and playing guitar too, you know. That kind of started out with technical just because I found that playing guitar really helped writing wise. But it's just always been a good outlet, you know. Before it was a technical thing, it was just something that I was doing for fun, and that made me feel better about whatever was like going on at the time, you know.
Okay, I'll go. And ow, dude.
I know
Really?
that was my bad. You go.
So I've been playing bass for like almost like not my whole life, but like almost like over half of it. And I joined a band in like maybe 9th grade, and I was playing with Corbin for a long time. But like even then, like I still feel like I was working for music. Like I was just writing, like my whole life I've just been like practicing the technicalities of playing bass and like just like learning to play songs, and like never really writing anything, you know. I never like wrote music or like learned that I could harness like the power of music per se, you know. It was just more of like I heard a song, I'll try and like come up with a bass line to that, like is that song or something like that, or someone else would write a song for me and I would just do a bass line to it. But like the second I started playing with Greer, the second Greer started, like that completely changed. And because there was just so much emotion that I had, and I finally realized like I could capture that in song. And also the first time I picked up guitar and learned how to play it, that changed my life. Like even if I only know how to play bar chords, like that's just like that's all I needed like to write songs, you know. And like I could never write songs on bass. Now I can, but like still it was never so easy. And like being with other people who like felt the same way as me and had like the same influences and like everything just like changed my life, because I'd never had that before. It was the first time. So that's like when I feel like I could maybe manipulate the music and like make something of my own, you know, that just came solely from me, or solely from like our collective whole. That's kind of it. It's kind of a whole spiel.
Yeah, agree. Yeah. Yes, that's cool. I was curious about both of y'all's answers. Corbino.
Your turn.
Tell your story.
My story is
Corbin's talking.
I think in the beginning, because I was just really surrounded by music, and it was, I think it was really required in the school that I went to, and so I think I just became really fascinated with it. So then I decided to just pick up whatever I could get my hands on and just kind of use it. Like Josie and Lucas were saying, is purely expressional.
Are
we back? Okay, we're back. All right. Yeah, having some technical difficulties over
Sorry,
here.
I don't have T-Mobile.
Turn the video off for a second by accident. But Corbin was in the middle of his answer. You were saying that you were at one point you were like
slaving away,
whether you wanted to or not.
That sounds really dramatic now that I think about it. Yeah, I worked really hard at the more technical aspects of it because I just wanted to really improve, and I didn't really think anymore that it was something that was gonna be any reward really, and I didn't feel like I had a choice for a while because I didn't. Everyone always tells you that it's not quite an appealing career choice. But then, like Seth was saying, I think once I surrounded myself with people who really shared similar thoughts and goals and aspirations is when I felt like music started to feel more rewarding for me, at least. And it still has its ups and downs, but I think getting more moments of reward than not as of recently.
No, but I totally get what you're saying. I was like in orchestra up in high school, and so I was just like making sure everything was like technically sound, but never thinking like, oh, like if I wanted to, I could get like an electric violin and start playing around with that.
Yeah,
so I totally get it.
I totally get. I was in orchestra too for a while, and it's so interesting being in classical music because the idea that you are just one part of an orchestra and less of an individual musician, I feel like was present in my orchestra at least, and it was more like you have to get the part right for the whole of the orchestra, and it doesn't really matter about your own musicality. It's more like you have to make sure your bow's in the right direction as the other person next to you, and it's like, yeah,
We're like our own little orchestra, but we're like a creative orchestra.
we're like an electric light orchestra.
Unknown mortal orchestra.
No, we're like all this guy.
This or the conductor.
We're all conductors.
We're like
Corbin was,
electric disco orchestra.
Corbin was seat one.
Yeah,
The cello in his orchestra.
in fourth grade.
In fourth
Why are
grade.
you bragging for him? Yeah, Corbin was cello at first grade.
I really want to be a music journalist because I think it's really important that like artists are making all of these crazy things, right? But like if the outlets and like the media isn't representing it or portraying it right, like there's that like whole disconnect, and I think it's so important to like bridge that gap.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
How was it like growing up in DC? Is there like I've never met anyone who's like grown up in Washington DC, but like is there like that kind of pressure to like get into politics? Like if you grow up there?
Not really. It's more like you just care so much about everything that's going on 24/7.
Yeah.
That's a very good
Like,
point.
if I'm not doing anything, like what am I doing? Like
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah, and so that's kind of why I also like shifted, because I was like I gave so much of myself to like volunteering or doing whatever that I was like I am completely like burned out. Like I can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else do I like? And I was like, oh, music.
Yeah, I mean, we can speak that you gave the best interview questions.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
we've been getting some questions were like awesome.
I had to think.
Seriously,
Yeah,
it like made
jog
me
our
think like the
brains,
other
yeah.
ones were just like
What are your influences? It's
like we've said it like 100 times already, you know, but this is genuinely awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
thank
I
you.
do not want them to have to repeat that they were like kind of inspired by the Lemon Twigs like for the 60s.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
yeah.
thank you so
What do you guys
much.
listen to? Radiohead, Wilco,
The Lemon Twigs,
the Beatles,
Pinkerton.
Pinkerton. My
Yeah.
name is Jonas.
Yeah, we go through
We
like
never
the,
said Rilo Kiley.
Yeah,
I
we
don't know
haven't.
if that is
Yeah.
an inspiration
It's
for
not
all
an
of us.
inspiration.
Not
It's
for
just
all.
like I like that band.
Yeah, I like some of their songs. They're cool.
Yeah,
But yeah.
We never say Daft Punk.
I like Death Punk a lot.
We never say
Are
Death
they
Grips.
inspirations? Like,
I like Death Grips. too.
Our next album is definitely going in a Daft Punk direction. It's
Really?
not- No,
No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Maybe
Oh,
if you're
like,
lucky.
yeah.
we're gonna go for like a Skrillex.
Maybe if we get lucky.
Yeah, maybe if we get lucky.
Dude, his name is Skrillex.
Is it really his first
No,
name?
not his first name, but that's his artist name.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skrillex is fine.
I just forgot he.
Skrillex,
real.
dude. Skrillex is the perfect name for his face and his
It is
music.
music.
All right, then. Well, then, Is that it?
Yeah.
Kind of it.
All right, cool.
That's all we
Cool
need.
then.
What?
Thank you so much for everything.
Yeah.
like,
No, thank
for
you.
real.
Thank you.
I like didn't think it was gonna happen. I was like, oh, like the EP's coming out like tomorrow or like whatever. I got the email. I don't know. I was like, oh, it's like not gonna happen. And then
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I'll
It was
see
great.
you around maybe once touring and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ever-
Fingers crossed.
Let us know.
Yeah. All right.
All
I'll see you
right.
later. Congrats.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah,
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Talk to you later.